Hello? Whoa. It feels so crazy to stream again. I mean, it's only been like a week, but crazy. Crazy, crazy. I'm back, I'm back. Okay, I forgot to grab water. I forgot my like own stream routine in 1 week. So I'm gonna go grab water and then we'll get started. Oh my gosh, guys, I have so much to talk about. Oh my god. Okay. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Hi everyone. I had to grab water. Oh my god, my legs. My legs. All right. Oh my god! The Google like splash page looks so cute right now. Wow. Okay. Typing ASMR. Give me one sec. Okay. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, okay. I got this. I know how to do this. My leg! Like SpongeBob. Okay. Okay. Oh shoot, no, don't do that. Ugh. This one, don't. Okay. 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 I'm back. I'm back. Oh my god, I don't want to be that close to the screen today. Maybe we will be a little close today. I don't know what this is gonna look like. Oh my god. Okay, wait. hold on. This was not part of the plan. 1 second. I gotta clean up my room really quick. Okay. Hi everyone. I forgot that's what we did last time. Oh wait, let me actually turn on my lamp. Hi guys. Can you tell that I'm tired as a freak, dude? Holy. Pudding, I hope you're doing well today. We gotta play games. I wanna shoot game, play game, shoot. Hi everybody. It's been a little over a week. I think the last stream I did was last week, Monday, I think. Yes. I hope everyone's doing well. Oh my god, this feels weird. This feels weird. It's like 1 week off and this streaming feels strange. Hi. Hi Augusta. Hi Owen. So this is the farthest I can read. Hi Yuki. Oh, Eterna. Welcome in. Nag, thank you for joining the Soulmates. Welcome back. Masato, I hope you're doing well. Dean, I hope you're doing well. Nimby, I hope you're doing well. Hal, thank you. Oh, am I lagging already? How is this even? I just started streaming. What are you talking about? Hal, I hope you're doing well. Josh, hi. Okaeri, tadaima. Asian Taco, welcome in. How am I lagging already? This is crazy. My PC's fucking garbage. Hi. Did I miss anybody? Hold on. Hold on. Eugene, welcome in. Alex, Yabby, welcome in. I hope everyone's doing well today. If I miss you, please let me know. The new Overwatch Agent 2 looks nice. I didn't even know there was a new Overwatch Agent. Wait, Overwatch? How do I even check something like that? Overwatch 2. It should be on their website, right? A future worth fighting for. Nope, it's not over here. Weekly Recall, Strength, Glory, Vendetta. Is it Vendetta? Gladiator Rises. Interesting. Overwatch stream when? Putting Overwatch rank stream when? That sounds so cursed. Oh my gosh. Well, oh, the new hero is DPS. Okay, I didn't want to read, to be honest, but I'll read a little bit. The she-wolf of retribution prowls in the shadows, her footsteps light but clearly on the hunt leave paw prints in the sand. Her imposing silhouette decorates the walls of the arena Victoriae, and the presence of La Lupa seems to permeate the very foundations of the Overwatch universe. Amid the roars of the crowd, she steps into the spotlight. Guys, I've been looking at only Japanese for a week. You gotta cut me some slack, okay? I've been literally just staring at Japanese text for like a week. Oh my god. Oh, there's too many words. I can't do this. I can't. Why is there so much text? And my brain is like, nope, I'm done. I give up. I'm gonna believe that it's DPS. Yeah, I'll play some Overwatch. I really want to play Valorant too. I really do. I do. I was just like, when I was like unpacking and stuff, I put on a Valorant stream and I was like, I want to play Valorant. Maddie, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I went to Japan for about a week, a little less than a week actually. And it was a doozy, besties. I have not been to Japan in quite a long time, so it kind of felt like a first experience for me, because I genuinely do not remember a lot of the details of when I went last. Amma, I hope you're doing well. You don't want to play Valorant. Unshackle yourself. Never. This is my toxic relationship, Ama. It always calls me back and I always listen. Should I reinstall Vala? Of course. What do you mean? Dude, Valorant is so fucking shit, dude. And I love it. I love that shit. It has me coming back every time. On a scale of 1 to goated, how was it? Okay, I'm gonna say my whole explanation and then I'll decide. I think it has like... You'll understand what I mean because I'm about to explain my trip a little bit and like maybe we can all decide together. Okay, I'm gonna try to organize my thoughts. But there was like, I shit you not, I fit the most amount of activity in the like less than a week that I was there into every day, and now my body is paying for it. So for those who don't know, I am in excruciating pain right now. My body is freaking crumbling. Like I don't think I've ever put my body through this before. Okay, I'm not necessarily like an athletic girly, okay? And I don't think I've ever like pushed my body to its limits quite like this. Yeah, Masato wasn't there to ult, so I didn't not push I pushed myself so hard. You see, this is why you don't go a week without Masato's ult. That's all I'm gonna say, you know what I mean? But basically, before the flight to Japan, I went to Japan, for those who don't know. I think I said that already. I only slept for 15 minutes before my flight because I was like, I do not want to be awake for any of it. So basically, I slept for 15 minutes before my flight. The flight happened. I slept for like nearly the entirety of the flight. I think I only woke up to eat and then I went back to sleep. So the flight was extremely easy for me. I just knocked out the whole time. It was your vacay, I'll allow it. Just make sure to probably rest now. I have to stay off my feet, man. Oh my goodness. I can't stand up anymore. So we got to Japan. I bought too much food at the convenience store. I bought so much food at the convenience store. I think I got like an egg salad sandwich and like 3 different fried chickens and like onigiri, and I was so full and I felt sick. But I was like, okay, good thing I did this on the first day or like first night that we're here, because now I know not to eat a lot here. I could have just got like 1 sandwich and I would have been fine. But you know, when in Japan, you know what I mean? I kept on telling myself like it's because I'm in Japan. You know, when is the next time I'm gonna come to Japan? Spoiler, it's probably gonna be next year, but I didn't know that, okay? Or I kind of did, I guess, but so basically I went on a tour, and I don't know if any of you guys have been on like a trip, like a tour type trip situation, but that shit is stressful. This was my first time being on like a tour scenario, so I didn't really know what to expect, but they fit so much shit inside of like one day that it's kind of insane. Like I think in one day, we like the first day that we were there, the first full day, we went to like 2 temples, a castle, we went to like a painting class, and like what else did we do? I don't know, we just did so much in like one day. And like it's like kind of like you can't, it's not like leisurely, like basically like they'll be like, okay, you have 1 hour at this temple, so you have to go through the entire temple in 1 hour, go to the gift shop if you want to buy anything, and you have to be back in the bus in 1 hour. And then that's like what it is like for like every site that you go to. It's like you're basically like you're like always rushing. Like it's like there's no time for like a break. If you like, even if you have to use the bathroom, you like take out a huge chunk of your like leisure time. Yeah, we're basically I speed ran Japan. Okay, I went to probably like 5 temples, like 4 Shinto shrines, a castle in like less than a week. But yeah, the first day we went to this, you know, I should have really prepared the names of where I went to. But just a spoiler alert, I think I'm gonna edit like a video of some things that I did in Japan. So in that video, I'll have more details about where we actually went. But I did record some clips of like places that we went to, so I'll probably just like put it together and like do a voiceover or something, and I'll post like a Japan vlog or something like that. But we went to this, maybe some of you may know what the names are. I can't remember it for the life of me. It's like I guess it's like sunset. Hold on. We went to a temple that had like, I think 3,000 statues in it. And I almost cried. I almost cried when we went to these like temples, because the one thing that I wanted to do in Japan was like look at like experience or like take a glimpse of the culture and like the sightseeing and stuff like that. So I was like, I don't remember the name of this temple, but it had 3,000 Buddha statues. What the? Sanjusangendo temple is where we went to. And it has 3,000 Buddha statues inside. Okay, sorry, I'm a liar. It's 1,001 statues of Kanon? But anyways, 1,001 statues in like one building, and then like one large Buddha statue. And that was like the first thing that we did on the trip, and I shit you not, I almost cried. Like I was like looking, like imagine being in a room with 3,000 statues in it. I was like, this is crazy. I'm like experiencing history right now. I'm experiencing history. We can't take any pictures. Like any place, like most temples that we went to, there was no photos, so I won't have any videos of it, but I did buy some postcards. Also, you can just look it up online. Like there's pictures of it online, but it was like crazy. Like it was just like this long hallway, and I was just taking it in, and I was just like ready to cry. Also, Owen, welcome in. Ghostaman, welcome in. Thank you for the welcome. Sarah Tears, welcome in. But that was like the most, or like I think that moment was my favorite moment of the trip. Ironically, like the first thing that we did, I was like, this is fucking epic. This is freaking epic, man. But it was really cool. We also did like kimono style painting. It's called like yuzen dyeing. So we got to like paint our own tote bags in the like same like technique that they use to make kimono, which was cool. But that was also like, you have 45 minutes, and I'm like, okay. Listening in the car, so me lurk for now. You pulled over to type this. That is dedication. I hope you drive safely, and also I'm glad you at least pulled over and didn't do it while you were driving. Yeah, there's so much stuff behind the place you're in now. It's crazy. I was like, this is insane. What are we talking about? I'm just talking about like some of the temples and things that I did in Japan. But yeah, that was crazy. I won't like go into detail about like every single thing that we did, but we did go to like multiple like Buddha temples, and I think that like I got like influenced or something, because like there's like this like they kept talking about this like idea of like living in the moment. Every time like when we went out to like the I can't speak Buddha temple, they always like push like this idea of like living in the moment, because that moment will like only happen once, you know, like that's what they kept telling us. Like you should really like try to experience like this moment to the fullest, because this moment is like fleeting and it'll only happen to you one time. So like the idea was like we went to this like traditional tea ceremony where you drink matcha, and then there's like a very specific way that they prepare the tea. And they were explaining to us that like when you experience a tea ceremony, you use all of your senses, and it's supposed to be like you are like enveloped in like the moment, you know? So then I was like, tea. I was like, T, maybe they're gonna make me think differently about my life, you know? Like our tour guide was explaining, like, you're only gonna have this moment one time where, you know, this specific tour group is gonna be with you with this specific weather, with this specific like tea ceremony host, and like everything that is happening will only happen to you once. And I was like, wow, maybe I should like live in the moment more. Marge, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. But I was like, yeah, like tea, bestie, like maybe I should just like experience things to the fullest and like try to really take things in, you know? Now that we're in the digital age, I feel like a lot of us don't do that. So I was like, you know what? I'm moved. I'm moved. But also that matcha at that ceremony was the most bitter thing I've ever put in my mouth, okay? It was the most bitter thing I have ever tasted. My cousin didn't even drink all of it because it was so bitter. But you know, when in Japan, I did drink it twice. We technically drank like ceremonial grade matcha twice, and I just downed it. I didn't even taste it. I just like gulped it, and then like I took a breath after. How was the service? I had like an international plan, so it wasn't bad. It was just like dropping out randomly sometimes. But let me get you guys to like the juicy stuff. Okay, this is at least juicy for me. We had like we had 2 free days on my trip, and I had a game plan. Okay. You should sneak in some sugar. No, it is like so serious. So like basically during the tea ceremony, she prepares it very specifically. Like the I guess like the master that we were like working with, she has to like do like specific techniques to like cleanse all the utensils that she makes, and like you have to do like a specific amount of water and stuff like that. And then basically they hand you the cup of matcha, and you have to like pick it up with your dominant hand and then place it on your non-dominant hand, and you're holding it like that in the palm of your non-dominant hand. And then you have to do 2 quarter movements counterclockwise, I think, so that the front of the cup is not facing you. You're supposed to drink from like the non-beautiful side of the cup. And then you take your drink, you drink it, and then when you're done drinking it, you have to take your dominant thumb and index finger and wipe off the part that you drank from. And then you have to do 2 quarter clockwise rotations of the cup, so that now the beautiful, dude, I can't. You basically return it back to the original position, and then you place it on the table. Was it bitter than green tea? Well, matcha is like basically like ground tea leaves. It was the most bitter tea that I've ever drank. And like the person that prepared the tea for us, she said that she chose the most mild tea because she didn't think that we would like the bitter ones. That's what she said about the tea that I'm saying was the most bitter thing I've ever put in my mouth. And she was like, yeah, I didn't think you guys would like the really bitter ones. And I'm like, okay, bestie. Okay, cool. But it's like very like quiet scenario, very like living in the moment, you know. So the face of the cup faces the person you're giving the cup back to. I was taught the same thing at a Japanese tea ceremony that took place in my city a few years ago. Yeah. It was very cool. I really did enjoy the experience. I wouldn't say that the tea was bad. I do like bitter tea. It was just very bitter. But I do enjoy bitter tea. Yes. But I had 2 free days on this tour, and I really capitalized on them. I think I was out for like over 12 hours during those days. No, I definitely was. I had a game plan, okay? So essentially what the tour did was like every day we'd have like a bunch of things that we would go do as a tour, and then like in the evening you'd have some time to like go eat or like do shopping. So like usually the day would end around like 4 to 5 p.m. for the tour. And like me and my sister like really capitalized on this time. Like we basically didn't rest. During this trip, we like basically didn't have any leisure time. It was game time. So like even if we would come back at 5, we would still go out to shop, and then we would come back around 8 to 9, shower and stuff like that, go to sleep, and then we'd have to wake up again at like 5:30 a.m. to get like the breakfast buffet, and then take a shit, and then go on the tour again. That was like basically the schedule. Was like come back by like 8 or 9, shower, sleep by like 11 maybe, and then go wake up at 5:30, get ready, go to the breakfast buffet, come back to the room, hopefully take a shit, and then go on the tour. Because I don't want to shit outside of the hotel, okay? Like that, not that I shit. You know what? I don't poop. But if I theoretically did, I wouldn't want to do it outside of the hotel. Was this your first time in Japan? It was my second time in Japan, but it's been quite a while since I've gone. Yeah, you always have to shit first, then go on your adventure. Also, Sigma, welcome in. But we had a mission. Okay, there was like multiple things that we had. Oh, wait, before I get to what we were doing, I want to talk to you guys about my experience with bidets. Present, welcome in. Yeah, rainbows and butterflies. I expel rainbows. Okay, I'm gonna censor like the poop word with rainbows now, so that you guys don't imagine me. Don't think about it too hard. Okay, but I did use a bidet for the first time on this trip. Okay, so here, if you don't want to hear a recap of my experience with bidets, and if you don't want to hear about rainbows or buttholes, just like check out for like 5 minutes, okay? So I did use a bidet for the first time in my life, and I'm not a seasoned bidet user. I mean, I guess that comes with the fact that this was the first time I used it. So I didn't have that dog in me. Like, I would wipe my booty hole first, and then I would use the bidet. Like, I don't have the dog in me to just like straight use the bidet, okay? Like, I didn't have that dog. Like, if it splashed at all, I think I would just disappear. Like, I would just dissipate. I don't know. If I, you know my concerns. That if like a poop, a rainbow water. If a rainbow water splashed, I would just lose my mind. So I did wipe pretty thoroughly first. No, okay, so like what I did was I would wipe, and then I would bidet, and then I would wipe again. Because I just didn't, like I just couldn't. I couldn't go just full throttle. So here's my review. Okay, game face on right now. It wasn't as crazy as I thought at first. Okay, I turned on the bidet button in the hotel, and I was like, this is just like a pleasant spritz of water. Okay, that's how I felt at first. So I was like, oh, that's kind of underwhelming. Okay, but then there's like this pressure option. There's this pressure op. Why bidet then? Because I got a poopy butthole. Rainbow butthole. Sorry. Anyways, there's a pressure option. So I was just like bumping up the pressure. Okay. I bumped up the pressure to max. It wasn't that bad. Okay. Like I think I got to like max pressure, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like my butthole is getting a proper cleaning. Okay. But then, can I tell you guys? Okay, this is gonna get crazy. Okay, this might be the most like TMI thing that I'll ever tell you guys. So buckle your seatbelt. It's not that bad. You know that I'm not that bad when it comes to TMI. But there was like in the hotel. Jackie, hi! No, Jackie, I hope you're doing well. There's like a oscillating option on the bidet, and like what the fuck does that even mean, right? Like, what do you mean you're gonna oscillate the bidet? Because like when I think of oscillate, I think of like my fan, like my fan like turning in my room. But I turned on the oscillate option after my sister told me about it, and like it like spins, or like it like basically like circles your butthole. So like it goes in a little circular movement on your butthole, and it's just like going around it and like really like trying to get the full surface area. And okay, this is like, I know this is TMI, but like this is just like the raw review, okay? That shit felt like it was shooting, like it was shooting in. Like I truly felt like it was like cleaning like inside. Like I felt like it was going beyond. like it was. It didn't feel like just a surface level cleaning, you know? Like, and I was just so alarmed. I didn't like it. Silly me thinking I could get some dinner and come back to stream unharmed. I'm so sorry. I hated it, by the way. I'm dying. I hated it, okay? I disliked every part of it. It felt like I was getting cleaned inside of my bumhole, alright? And I didn't like it. It was like such a strange feeling. I did not enjoy it, but pun intended, it was cleaner. That was the most clean it probably was in all of my bidet experience. Did I do it again? No. I did not do that option again, but it was truly an experience. You know, okay, there was this tweet that I saw. Sorry, this is also kind of not safe for work, but there's this tweet that I saw about someone using a bidet to like essentially like pleasure themselves. And I was like, thought about it when I was like using the bidet, and I was like, it's not that strong. Like, I don't know, understand. Like, they were just like exaggerating for Twitter or something, you know? But then like, I was like, that oscillate option is very crazy. I'm not saying that it was enjoyable, but like I got the pressure. I could see that it could do something. I hated it. I personally hated it, but I kind of understood the tweet after that. Yeah, that's wild. See, I also think that's wild. Don't get me wrong. I personally hated it, but I did understand that it is possible. I understand that it was possible. It's just that I personally think that that was like the most horrible feeling that I've ever gone through, so. Ming, welcome in! Yeah, so. This is the most interesting thing I've ever listened to on CarPlay. And so feeling some people would use it for that purpose. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. But yeah, that was my bidet experience. Great. Anyways, moving on from that. I had a game plan. Did I order a bidet? No, but I think that it's actually a damn shame that like America doesn't have a bidet on like every toilet. Like, I think that's actually so wrong and rude. Like, in Japan, every freaking toilet has a bidet on it. At least if you're in the city. I don't know how it is in like less popular areas, but in the city, every toilet has a bidet on it. I could shoot my butt anywhere. And like crazy. And okay, I am like a kind of like a germaphobe. And by kinda, I mean like I am. And like almost every bathroom in Japan has this spray inside of the bathroom stall where you can spray it on top of your toilet paper so that you can wipe the seat. What the like, I was like, we're living in the future, but this is just Japan. Japan's living in the future. Like, you can literally, there's like a spritzer inside of the bathroom. I can wipe every toilet seat that I use, and I don't have to bring anything. I think Japan is either bidet or hole in the ground. Oh yeah, also, I walked into the public bathroom one time, and one of the girls in my tour was fully like squatting on the floor. And then she turned, saw me, and she was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was trying to imagine what it was like to use the squatting toilet. So I just walked in on her, like, assuming squatting position, because she was, like, unsure if she wanted to use the female squatting toilets. I wouldn't trust an American toilet. Yeah, I will, like, I'm not much of a public bathroom girly. Like, I will avoid public bathrooms with everything in my being. But pretty much every toilet that I used in Japan was, like, very clean. And you could clean it more if you wanted to. So I was really happy. Because I did have to use the public bathrooms. Like, I really didn't have a choice. Catnip, welcome in! Came in and Kiko's talking about toilets. We are so back. Oh, hell yeah, we're so back. I can see why Japanese schools have their students clean toilets, chalkboards, etc., while janitors in Western schools should take care of those cleaning tasks. Oh, that's true. I guess a lot of the students do most of the work. Cleaning duties. Yeah. You prefer the squatting ones? I didn't try one. I don't really know what goes on in those. But do you only pee in the squatting ones? I don't even know. It'd be kind of weird to poop in a squatting. Well, actually, isn't it good to squat? Anyways. Woof woof, true. Welcome in. Yeah, that's the natural poopy position. But anyways, let me tell you guys a list of, like, things that needed to be purchased. So within my tour group, my sister and I were kind of, like, known as, like, the shoppers. Which I didn't think that would happen, because I thought everyone would shop, but not very many people were, like, shoppers on our tour. Like a lot of people left, like, without buying many things, but my sister and I went kind of crazy. We went kind of crazy. So we were kind of, like, known as, like, this shopping duo. But there was, like, several things that were, like, on the list of things that I wanted to get in Japan. Like, I went to Japan with this game plan. I thought Kiko would spread the word of Plave to the tour. Okay, I didn't. But did I buy an incredible amount of Plave things? Yes. Yes, I did. I went to Japan with this idea that I was gonna buy a lot of Plave things. And if people, okay, if you don't know Plave, I'll give like a imagery. I'll give imagery so that you guys know what I'm talking about. Cause then I don't shut up. I don't shut up about this stuff. Let me give you guys a visual. And also, I cannot talk about this kind of stuff with, like, IRL people. They're like, okay, I was, like, probably the youngest person on this tour. Like, everyone was, like, older. So it's not like I can be like, hey guys, look at this virtual K-pop. Look at this virtual K-pop group that I like. Like, I'm not insane. Okay, I'm not insane. I'm gonna, you know what? I am going to fucking RP a normal human being, okay? That's how I am, IRL. I don't talk about this kind of stuff to random people. But Plave is like, yeah, they're like a virtual K-pop group. And I had a goal. So basically, they have a Japanese album called Kakurembo, which is the one that I put on the screen. And I had a plan because it's like specifically a Japanese album. So I was like, I should buy it in Japan. Now, if you like fact checked me, my nose is getting stuffed already. If you fact checked me like a couple of weeks ago, I literally told you guys to stop me if I ever want to buy Plave albums. But you know what? I'm off the rails already. So too bad. I had a plan to go to Tower Records and like to find Plave. And did I succeed? Oh fucking hell yeah, I did. I walked and like took the train to Tower Records in Japan, in Kyoto, and I almost bought their entire stock. I nearly bought their entire stock, so I really do feel bad for any other fans that end up at that Tower Records, because I think I left like 3 or 4 things on the shelf. I did find their Japanese albums. I found 2 versions, and then I found... Okay, so like for one Kakurembo album that they had, I bought 7 of them. I bought 7 of the same album. But... but... It was like... it was like... all the covers were different. You know? Like, let me show you guys. Let me show you. Okay, don't say anything yet. Okay, you'll understand. Hopefully. Hopefully you'll understand me. Okay, I'll show you guys this picture. Why do you need 7? I don't need 7. I won't even argue that I need 7. But I bought 7. Okay, so in this album, there's like 7 different versions of the cover. So like there's already 5 versions, and like one version is like one member. You know what I'm saying? So luckily at this Tower Records, they had all 5 of them. Wow, how lucky. So they had all 5 of the members, so I bought all 5. And then on the same album, same songs on the same damn CDs, there's also 2 group versions. One of the ones is the one that I have right here, the bottom picture. And then there's another group version. So I bought 7. And I also bought some of their Photo Guard albums, and I also bought 2 of their Korean albums. and then and then I was done. Okay, so I finished at Tower Records. During this time, I also I also was looking for Plave magazines. I was looking for Plave magazines because I knew that they had like a recent like, you know, release of magazines in Japan. So I was like, okay, I might as well look for those too. You know what I mean? Like look for more stuff. So basically, like every bookstore that we went to, I also looked for Plave magazines. And I was not successful, to be honest. Like they weren't there. I don't know if it was like, well, okay, so the first bookstore I went to, they didn't have it, and I was like sad because they had older magazines of like the same magazine like type, but like they didn't have the Plave one. So I was like so sad. Don't worry, I went to every bookstore that I freaking saw, and I did get them. I got this magazine. And I also got this magazine. And I'm crazy, so I bought 2 of each. So I have these 2 magazines now. This is me with a certain art, so I can't judge much. She needs control. No. When in Japan, you know what I mean? Are you a big K-pop girly, or does Plave just happen to be a K-popper you listen to? I used to be pretty big on K-pop like years ago, but now not so much. Plave is basically like the only group that I like really listen to right now, but I do like aespa, and I used to really like Stray Kids. I don't have anything against them. I think I just like grew older. Who else do I listen to? Yeah, I don't really listen. Like, I don't know many of like the newer groups. It was more so like Gen 2 and 3 that I listened to, I think. I don't know the gens either. I think it was 2 and 3 though that I mostly listened to for K-pop. You follow BTS? I don't really know much about BTS, to be honest, but my friends are really big fans of BTS. During that time, my favorite K-pop group is GOT7, so it was mostly GOT7 for me. Mostly GOT7 for me. Why do they look animated? They're a virtual K-pop group, so if you guys know like Avatar, you know, that one movie with like not the Airbender one, the other Avatar movie, it's basically like that. Like they use motion capture suits to do like their promotions. So like they're like real people that like control the models. It's kind of, I mean, like I'm a VTuber. I'm a VTuber. If you watch like Hololive, like that's like basically what they are. Like like it's not that far off from the realm that I'm in right now. Also, Bonkers Bear, hi. Yeah, it's K-pop, but like VTuber, you know, vibes, you know. Oh, OneWe. Okay. Okay. They're like the band, right? Oh, yeah. I don't know how to say that group. Is it? I don't know. I don't want to botch it. But I did see that virtual group with all the girlies. I did see them on YouTube. Sure, Pumpkin, welcome in. But yeah, that was good. And then I bought more albums at a different Tower Records. But yeah, well, I won't talk about that. But other than that, for Plave, there was also another thing that I wanted in Japan. So if you guys are familiar with gacha or capsule toy machines in Japan, there are lots. Okay, there are lots of capsule toys in Japan. Like I'm talking like I saw hundreds of them while I was there. And Plave has a gacha toy that they sell in capsule machines, and I really wanted it. So let me tell you my like experience with this gacha. Okay, so I came to Japan knowing that I wanted the gacha, and so every time that I went and saw like anything gacha related or like the capsule toy machines, I would go and check to see if they had the Plave one. And I would walk around and go through aisles and aisles of these machines. Like I'm telling you, like they put like hundreds of things in one store. I'm like, it's crazy. So I'm like looking through all these aisles just to find this Plave gacha. I was asking my dad to look for it. I was telling my family to look for it. And then eventually like my sister would like ask the staff and they would be like, oh, we don't have it. And I was so sad, okay? I was so sad that we couldn't find it. And we would check like every single store that we saw that had gacha. And then eventually my sister looked it up online because I am so poor at using Google. And she found this website that basically tells you like where the capsule toys are. And so she looked up the Plave capsule toys and she was like, bro, they're only in Tokyo. And we didn't go to Tokyo. So she was like, all of the machines for this gacha are in Tokyo, so we can't get it. And I was like, damn, I'm so sad about this. I was like so devastated because it was like something I really wanted. Okay. So then eventually on the last day of our trip, we went to this mall and I was like really like tired and like kind of irritable already. Like I just wanted to go home. It was like we went to a mall right before we went to the airport. So like I was like already kind of in a bad mood because I was like so exhausted and my feet were so sore. We got to this mall and I was just like, I just want to go home already. Like, I don't want to go shopping, especially because we were going to the airport right after. So if we bought anything, we would have to like open our suitcase at the airport. But we get to this mall, right? And like for context, my sister, the one thing that she wanted to buy from Japan was a Game Boy Micro. It's basically like this really tiny Game Boy that you can play like GBA games on, right? That was the one thing that she wanted from Japan, but we couldn't find it because you have to get it secondhand. Like they don't produce it anymore. So you basically have to go to like Book Off or Hard Off to find them, but we couldn't find it. So we get to this mall and there's this like secondhand store. So we go in and there's a Game Boy Micro, dude. On our last day, the mall right before we go to the airport, she finds the thing that she wanted for like years already. So she buys this Game Boy Micro. And we're like on cloud 9, right? Because my sister finally bought the thing that she came to Japan to look for. And then we go down the hall of like this mall, and then there's a capsule toy store. And she's like, do you want to just go look? Meanwhile, we're in Osaka, right? So it's not like Tokyo. So she was like, do you just want to like check? And I like sighed. I was like, I guess I can check. So then I go to this tiny capsule store. It was not a big store. And like, I looked through all of the aisles and they had it. They had the Plave Gacha. I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna start crying. Like, it was crazy. Like, we just found like the one thing that my sister wanted for the trip. We walked a couple stores down, and then I found the last thing that I was looking for on this trip, and I was like, this is crazy. Holy shit, I was like in such a bad mood, and like my sister was tired, I was tired, but then like when we both got like the things that we needed, I was like, holy shit, this is all so worth it. Oh yeah, my mood skyrocketed. I wasn't even tired anymore. I was like, hell yeah. Here's the gacha, by the way. So if you guys remember, this gacha is basically the small version of their album that I just showed you guys. So I really wanted it because they're like little keychains of their album. And I got all of them except for Uno, which is the white-haired one. I guess I should also add that I bought the entirety of the stock that they had left in the machine. I bought every single capsule they had left, and I couldn't get the orange one, the Uno album, but I got everything else. I bought all of the other ones. It's just I couldn't get one of the members. But you know what? I consider this a win that I even saw it. But I feel bad for any other fans that might find it because I bought all of them. But anyways, that was basically my Plave journey. I also bought more Plave things, but I don't have to get into that. I don't have to get into that. It was like basically like post-its and like acrylic standee, and I also bought an album for my sister to just spread my virus. But anyways, other than that, I had another goal. I had another goal, which was to buy my Kamiyoshi in Japan. So, did I buy not Plave related? Oh yeah, we're getting into the thick of it. My Kamiyoshi, I really wanted to buy his album in Japan. So I also searched at like Animate and also Tower Records as well to see if I could find his stuff. Okay. My Kamiyoshi is Kanae. Honorable mention Kuzuha, but you know, basic choices, but that's just how it is. So I wanted to get his album because I have some Kuzuha albums, but I didn't have any Kanae albums. And so I looked at Tower Records the second time we went because I completely forgot the first time. I don't know. I was like on cloud 9 because of the Plave stuff. Yeah, Kanae from Niji. So I went to Tower Records a second time and I was like, okay, I'm gonna look for Kanae. And it was crazy. It was crazy because we walked into Tower Records and I was like looking around and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna find this. Yeah, it was actually really easy because there's a fucking cardboard cutout of the man. I just had to walk down a hall in Tower Records. There's a huge cardboard cutout of him in Tower Records. Also a cardboard cutout of Kuzuha in Tower Records. How much did you buy? I bought every single Kanae album that they had at Tower Records. It was worse than my play, Paul. It was worse. I bought every single one they had, and oh my god, there's so many versions, bro. There's so many versions. And I also got like a Blu-ray DVD of his concert, and I also got like an acrylic stand of him and then an acrylic stand of Kuzuha. It was kind of crazy. But you know, how good. Okay. And then the other thing I wanted was there was like these specific like keychains that I wanted of them, and I went to Animate for it, but they didn't have it at Animate. Their section was actually really small, so I kind of gave up. I was like, okay, I don't need that. I don't need that. Yeah, so I kind of gave up on finding like the keychain plushes of them. But then on the last day, again, on the last day of our trip, where me and my sister had decided that we weren't gonna buy anything anymore, I found this like random shop on like around Dotonbori area, if you guys are like familiar. It's in Osaka, and it was just a VTuber shop. It was a VTuber shop, and I also bought stuff there, and they had the Kana and Kuzuha plushes there, so I bought it. I bought 3 acrylic stands, but that was my haul for things that I came to Japan hoping to find. Yeah, so will I ever financially recover? I actually brought money home, so it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I did bring my money. I had money to bring home, so I was all good. Either Kiko saved up like crazy to be able to splurge on this trip, or she's a legit Ojo-sama. I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful. My grandmother kind of like gave a lot of spending money to my sister and I for this trip because she wanted us to have a good time. So I'm very grateful. She takes care of us a lot. So I was within my means. Also, it wasn't as expensive as you probably are thinking it was. Like, the conversion was, as you probably know, in our favor a lot. So, it was actually far less than what I thought it would be. I was really worried, actually. When I was buying the Kanae stuff, I was like, I am gonna cry. My wallet is gonna explode. But it actually wasn't as much as I thought. So, like, for context, if you guys don't want to hear money stuff, maybe, like, don't listen to this part. But, when I bought the Plave, I think I bought 7... Okay, so I bought 7 of Kakurembo. And then I also bought, like, 2 or 3 Korean albums. And then I bought, like, 4 photo card albums. And that whole purchase was less than 200 USD for like 12 albums. Well, okay, so the photo card albums are still considered albums. I think they're digital CDs. So like technically it was like maybe 14 wait, 7 and then 3 and then like 2. So like 12 albums was less than $200 USD. Yeah, that was like how much it was. With the conversion and everything. Grandma the goat, is it the same that calls you on stream and brings tea and juice? Yeah, my grandma. I love her. She's my goat. But yeah, she really wanted us to have a good trip, so she converted some money for us without telling us. Yeah. So she like gave it to us like the day before a trip, I think. You buy the album and not even... Oh, my nose. And not the CD. Yeah, so it's like... I don't know if this is like a normal K-pop thing these days, because I don't buy K-pop albums anymore, but... It's like a photo card version of the album. So like... It was like... You get like random photo cards inside and then a digital copy of the album. But I think... I don't know if they're cheaper. I think they are cheaper. If you don't get the CD, they're like slightly cheaper. I think they made this album specifically for people who just want to farm photo cards. So before in K-pop, they used to just put the photo cards within the actual CD album, and then you'd have to buy that album over and over again if you wanted to get different photo cards. So my guess is that they gave like a cheaper option for people who just want to buy more photo cards, and that's why they made the photo card version. That's my hypothesis, at least, or like what I think they did. So like in the long run, I guess it helps people who like photo cards, which is why it's called like a photo card version, you know. Did you choose to visit Japan this time of the year because it's cooler? I basically didn't really partake in the planning of the trip. It was like my aunties like planned the trip, but I think that it was kind of influenced by like the temperature this time of year, but also because the tour that was really appealing to them was during this time. But okay, funny, good thing that you brought that up. It was about 40 to 50 something. Well, okay, it was like 40 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit in Japan while I was there. And everyone before the trip was like making me scared that it was going to be really cold. Like I was like, oh, 40 to 50 or 60, I'm not going to bring a jacket. That's like what I decided before the trip. I was like, I don't need to bring a jacket if it's only going to be like high 40s to like 60 in Japan. Like I don't need one. But then my whole family was like, you have to bring a jacket. It's gonna be so cold. You're gonna be so cold, okay? And they kept telling me that like right before the trip. And I was like, it's too late for me to buy a jacket. Like I can't just buy a jacket like the day before the trip that I like, and then I'm gonna take it with me. Like I already didn't plan for that. But they kept telling me like it's gonna be so cold, blah blah blah. We get to Japan. Everyone is freezing. My entire family is freezing in Japan. Like they're wearing their like huge jackets, their fluffy jackets. They're wearing like their thermals. They're wearing their long sleeves, their jeans, and all of this stuff. And they're freezing. And I'm hot. I was hot. So I was like, brother. Ain't no way. Like everyone in my family for some reason like treats it as if I'm gonna be the coldest one. I don't know why this happens, but they always think that I'll be super cold like in like cold weather. So they always like put special care into telling me to dress warm for some reason. But then I was the hottest one. Like I was like, it could be colder. So then I felt crazy because like my family and like people on our tour would be like shivering and like so cold, and they would be talking about how cold it is. And I'm like, wow, this is a nice temperature. Like every time we would walk out of the hotel, I'd be like, it's such a nice day. And then everyone else behind me would be like, oh my god, it's so cold. I'm like, oh. No, okay. I think my guess, well, I run hot, but also like I lived in probably like the coldest climate out of everybody. So like when I was in college, I was in a town or like a state, I guess, that snowed a lot, like a lot. And I used to go to class in like a shirt, booty shorts, and like flip-flops in the snow. So like I was like, if I'm wearing like pants and a sweater, that's far better than running through the snow in my flip-flops, you know what I mean? I'm not a very safe person when it comes to weather. So no one can tell me that it's gonna be so cold anymore because they're the ones who can't handle the cold, not me. It's them. But yeah, I used to like I didn't ever dress for the cold weather. It's not that like I don't get cold, it's just like it doesn't bother me. Like I don't know, they were like shivering. I think I only shivered one time on that whole trip, and it was because the AC in the bus was too cold. Like it was like blowing directly on my head, and that was what made me shiver. It wasn't like the outside air. Yeah, why would you want multiple CDs when you're going for the photo album? Yeah, so I think that was actually smart. They at least don't have to produce as many CDs. Yeah. But yeah, it was really nice weather. It was beautiful weather. It only rained one of the days that we went there, so that was pretty nice. I made a joke that Japan was crying because it rained on like the last day that we were there. So I was like, "Oh, Japan is sad that we're leaving," but that's not what happened. That's just weather. Kiko's the opposite of the people wearing hoodies when it's like 90 degrees. Okay. I'm gonna expose why I think my family thinks that I'm always cold. It's because I am the type of person to wear a hoodie at 90 degrees. But it's only because I like hoodies. It's not because it's cold. So I'm literally like, does my family really think that I'm cold when it's like 90 degrees outside? I'm like, no, I'm just wearing a hoodie, man. Yeah, hoodies are comfy, you know what I mean? Oh, I also bought a lot of Chikawa stuff on this trip. Dude, Japan loves Chikawa. We saw like Chikawa like basically everywhere. Like you could not miss Chikawa in the city, man. There is Chikawa everywhere. But yeah, we also went to Nara for the deer park. If you guys are familiar, there's a deer park where you can feed them crackers. And it's said that the deers will like bow to you to ask for crackers. We did go to that that park, but unfortunately, they didn't have deer crackers that day. Apparently, because there were so many visitors, they ran out of deer crackers, which basically never happens. Apparently, that is a phenomenon that never occurs. But yeah, we didn't get to feed the deers. And for the context of how fast moving like a tour is, they only gave us 15 minutes to like, if there theoretically was deer crackers that were available, they only gave us 15 minutes to feed the deer, which is like crazy. Like it would have taken us 15 minutes to even buy the crackers because it was crowded. Like it was like really crowded everywhere that we went. Like it was just like packed. And like, I don't know if anyone has been to like the deer park before, but there is just shit everywhere. There is shit all over that park. Like it is just like there is no safe spot. It's like either there are pellets on the floor or there's like remnants of someone else stepping on a pellet on the floor. But here's what I'll say. I'm very impressed about deer poop because they poop and it's like pellets. Like they just come out like so uniform. Like it's kind of like astonishing how like uniform the poop size is and everything. And like many other animals, they just like will walk in front of you and then just start pooping. Yeah, like rabbits. Yeah, they'll start pooping and leave a trail of poop. Also, when we were like talking as a group, there was this deer that was like hoping to get crackers from us, and so like it was like standing in front of us and then it started peeing. So just a heads up, if you guys ever like decide to go to the deer park, there's just like pee and poo all over the floor, man. You're in their territory, okay? That's just how it is. Like boba, yeah, kind of. That's like kind of like the uniformity of it. And so like during that whole time at Nara, I was literally just like navigating to try to at least not step on a solid poop. Like I would just step into places that didn't have like the full pellets. Sleepy, welcome in. I'm back. I hope you're doing well today. And yes, I do wear I do wear hoodies in 90-degree weather. I also wear hoodies in like 30-degree weather. So I just really like hoodies. In college, my classmates used to say that I looked like a CS student. I was a CS student, by the way, but I looked like a stereotypical computer science student because I would wear like sweatpants, a hoodie, and checkered Vans, and I would go to class like that. And they were like, yeah, Kiko really looks like a computer science major. And I was like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? I'm good with hoodies in near 100-degree weather. I'm usually like dying, but I love hoodies. Oh yeah, poop is definitely a common topic here. But yeah, that was what happened in Nara. I did clean my shoes after we went to Nara because I just couldn't stand the idea of walking in our hotel with poopy shoes. So I did wipe my shoes and I asked Keekster to wipe her shoes after we went to the deer park, which I think we're like the only ones who did that, by the way. Everyone else just walked into the hotel with their poopy shoes. I heard that most weebs that go to college and university are either computer science students or fine art students. No wonder I felt lonely during my years in business school. Oh yeah, business school has the normies bestie. I hate to break it to you, business school is like normie central. Japanese hotels let you walk around in your shoes. Oh yeah. I don't know about all. It depends on how traditional the hotel is, but it seems like the hotel that we stayed at was very like foreigner friendly. So it's like basically like a regular hotel. Like if you go to the States, it was basically like that. There wasn't very much like a difference other than the fact that you can shoot your butthole on the toilet. So. But yeah, let me tell you guys about my status of my body right now, in terms of the pain. So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there's this like, I think it was in Kyoto. There's this trail that you can walk up to see monkeys. So our tour guide told us that we had free time. We had about an hour and a half, okay? Give or take. It was about an hour and a half free time. And she was giving us options of what we could do during this time. So she was like, you can go to see monkeys. If you want to hike, you can walk up the mountain and see monkeys. They're just like running around on the top of the mountain. And we didn't want to shop. So we were like, okay, let's go look at the monkeys. So she told us it's a 20-minute hike up. You probably will spend around 20 to 30 minutes with the monkeys. And then it's a 20-minute hike down. That's what she told us. And so it would perfectly fit our time slot. Okay. We go to the hike. In my family, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us went to the monkey trail. Okay. No, wait, was it 5? No, it was 6. 6 of us went to the monkey trail because we wanted to go see monkeys. And I shit you not, that hike starts off with like 100 steep stairs. That's like the first part of the hike. It's just like 100 steep stairs. If you got short legs, your knees are gonna be like so high walking up those stairs. So we do the 100 stairs and my legs are burning. All of us are like, holy shit, that was crazy. Now, the rest of the trip, or like the rest of the hike, is like relatively easy. It's basically like zigzagged paths or like slight inclines that you have to go up the mountain. But because we started the hike with like 100 steep stairs, all of our legs were burning already. So we were like winded. And then we're like, no, like even the like semi-steep hills that were like the rest of the hike felt treacherous because we had already like expelled so much energy. How many people traveled with you? About 10 people. Yeah. Were they old school? Yeah, they were like broken tiled stairs and like they weren't like too steep where it was like crazy, but it was like pretty steep. Okay. And so like me and my sister and like all of us were like on this trail. The only person that seemed fine was my dad. So like my dad was okay, but all of us were like, holy shit, that was crazy. So we keep walking and we're like dying basically. And we get to this map of the mountain and it basically tells us that we're only 1/4 of the way. So we're all like sweating and like huffing and puffing and we only made it 1/4 of the trail. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me, bro. Mind you, I'm also wearing jeans and a sweater on this hike, so I'm like hot. I'm like so hot. The air is getting thinner, and I'm like, you're telling me that we're only 1/4 of the way up the mountain. So we're like, we take a break, and we're like, what are we gonna do? So what happened was 4 of us decided that they weren't gonna go on. The 1/4 of that hike was already too hard. So like 4 of us was like, I'm just gonna walk back down the mountain, that I'm not gonna make it to the top. Because if you guys remember, we have a time limit. So we only have 20 minutes to walk up this whole mountain. That's like the amount of time we were allotted for this hike. So we can't take breaks. This is basically like, this is the last break we're gonna take. And if anyone is going to the top of the mountain, we cannot take a break. We just have to keep walking. So they're like, for some reason, have this impression that like, I really want to see the monkeys. I guess because on a trip, I like to see a lot of sights. So they're like, Kiko wants to go up the mountain. Like you can still go up. And I'm like, girl, I'm tired already. I'm tired already. Like, I don't know. Like, if you guys want to go down, maybe I'll just join you. Okay. Like, I was like, I don't need to see the monkeys. Like, would it have been nice? Yes. But do I need to see the monkeys? Not really. But then my dad is like, I'm going to go try and see the monkeys. And I'm like, ooh, FOMO. He caught me on the FOMO. Because I was like, if my dad is going to go, then like, I'll go. And in my head, I was like, I hope that he's not like just walking up the mountain because he thinks I want to go. Because we really don't have to go. Like, I was like, I don't have to go. But then in my head, he gave me the impression that he wanted to go to see the monkeys. So then I was like, okay, I'll go up to see the monkeys. Okay. But I was like, I don't want to go up if he thinks that I want to go. But he made it seem like he wanted to go up. So I was like, okay, I got hit with FOMO. I'll go up to see the damn monkeys. Okay, so 4 of us, 4 of the people I was with, my family, obviously, they just went back down the mountain because they were like, I'm not going to make it up to the top. And I honestly don't think they would have made it. Okay, so I followed my dad. And the question about, like, is my dad the most athletic? No. Well, possibly, but he has the longest legs. I think that really helps. But I would say that like someone else in our group was also athletic, but I think that like they just didn't want to like go through like the perspiration and like the rushing of 20 minutes type of thing. But my dad definitely has the longest legs out of all of us. I don't have long legs like my dad, so basically every stride that he did, I'd have to do 2. So 1 stride for dad, 2 strides for Kiko. I was dying. But like, it was like, never back down. So I was like huffing and puffing. My dad was slowly getting farther away from me, but I didn't stop. I didn't stop. I kept walking. Even if I was dying, I kept going. And then my dad turns around and he's like, hey, if you need me to stop, just let me know. And I'm like, it's okay. We can keep going. It's fine. No, I'm fine. And we keep going. We took a little bit of a breathing break and then we kept going. And I made it to the monkeys, man. Just TLDR, I made it to the monkeys. Did I touch a monkey's finger? Yeah, I did. Oh, hell yeah, I did. How tall is he? I actually don't know how tall my dad is. He's definitely like at least 5 to 6 inches taller than me. I don't actually know how tall he is though. But yeah, that was what happened. Basically, you get to the top and the monkeys are just like running around. Like, it's not like they're like caged or anything. This is their territory, right? So they're just like running around the mountain. They're running in the trees. They're like playing around and stuff. And you're just amongst them, you know? The one rule is that you can't have food when you're up there, obviously, because then you're gonna get attacked by the monkeys. So you just can't bring any food up there. But you can feed the monkeys. So on the top of the mountain, there's like this caged room. And you have to go into that room. And then you can buy food from the shop. And you can feed the monkeys through the cage. So basically, they're not caged. You are. You're in the cage. And so basically, the cage has little holes that you can like push the food out to the monkeys, and they wait. They like sit outside of the cage and they put their little fingers through the grate and they grab the food from you. And like there was a baby that could fit its entire arm through the hole, so it would just like stick out its entire arm and you could just put it in his little palm and he would eat the apples. Yeah, you're safe from them like going crazy, basically. Is Kiko all torso? I mean, you could consider my dad's all leg, you know what I mean? Who knows? Also, I am all torso. Have you seen my body before? These legs... Oh wait, never mind. My legs are long. Never mind, I'm a liar. Listen, he has longer legs than me. That's all I'm gonna say. I've never seen IRL Kiko. This is IRL Kiko. What are you talking about? Garbo! Garbo! I hope you're doing well today. So he's 5'6"? How tall do you think I am? I said 5 to 6 inches and you think he's 5'6"? Bro, I'm not 5 feet. I'm not 5 feet. What the freak? This is like... That's some hater energy. Just kidding. 5 feet is cute. 5 feet is cute. 5 feet is a very cute height. It's just that I'm taller than that. The cat distribution system has struck you. Oh my god. Congratulations, honestly. You got a car. Yes, 5 feet is very cute. Okay, don't get me wrong. 5 feet is a very cute height. I love 5 feet. I'm 5'4". Thank you very much. Those 4 inches mean a lot to me. As a girl, a girly who wants to be 5'7", those 4 inches mean a lot to me. Ezra, welcome in. Nighttime, welcome in. Yeah, nice car. Yeah, we love short kings, tall queens, short queens, tall kings. Yeah, 4 inches are a lot, okay? Like, come on. Also, welcome in. Wait. Let me lock in. Wait, what did I play recently? Afterbirth! Right? Welcome in. I thought you were 5'7". You know what? Yeah, we'll go with that one. We'll go with that. Yeah, I totally 5'7". I'm average height. Let's freaking go. That's what I'm talking about. It's always fun to make fun of a VTuber's height. You know what? All heights are cute. So take that. The Narcovist, welcome in. Welcome in. I hope everyone's doing good today. Afterbirth, welcome to the Soul BTs. I appreciate you. Welcome. Oh wait, actually, do I have any membership gifts this month? I should give that out to spend. My god, my nose is so stuffed. But anyways, yeah, that was like my whole hiking experience. It was treacherous. It was treacherous. The hike down was less than 20 minutes, by the way, because you're like just walking down and it's like much easier than walking up. We got down in like 10 minutes. We were just like zooming through the hike after that. We were zooming. But I'm telling you this story because that hike fucked up my legs. It like I'm lagging. Okay, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna put a text. Because I don't know what's up with my PC. I think the next thing I have to do is upgrade my PC, unfortunately. But I'm gonna say I'm lagging. I'm lagging. Yeah, I used to be a really big hiker, but I admittedly think that I have let my legs get quite weak recently. So that was pretty tough for me, but I will say that when I was on that hike, everyone seemed to think it was a breeze. Like if I was like looking at everyone else doing the hike,
it was like they thought it was like fine, and I was like, well, that's rude. How dare you have an easy time on this hike when you can see that I'm clearly suffering? Kiko using Comic Sans. I think I unironically think Comic Sans is really cute. Yeah. I will die on the hill that Comic Sans is an incredibly cute font. Just not in a graphic design scenario, but I think other than that, it's really cute. I've thought I will. You've been talking about upgrading. Well, actually, because my grandma gave me spending money, I'm pretty okay. I'm very grateful and blessed to have my grandma provide some spending money for the trip. But yeah, we'll think about a graphics card upgrade. But yeah, my feet were absolutely freaking destroyed after that. I think that was like our second day on the trip too. So like I destroyed my legs pretty early on this trip. And for context, so on the second, oh no wait, the third day of the trip, so about midway, I believe I walked 9 to 10 miles that day or something like that. I did 22,000 steps on the day that I was trying to get all my plave stuff and like other stuff. Oh, the other thing is that my sister really, one of her things was that she really wanted to go to the Pokemon Center. So we also had to do that. Walk to or take the train to the Pokemon Center. So on that shopping day, we walked around 23,000 steps. That destroyed me. Ooh, I can't wait to go on a long road trip. Yeah, get a little trip time in. I think on average we were walking about 15 to 16,000 steps a day, with 22,000 being the most that I walked during that trip. Like 22,000 in a day. My feet were like screaming. I have not ever experienced pain in my feet like that, but they were sending me signals to stop. But when in Japan, you don't stop. So I was like, I would make jokes like, oh, I feel like I'm doing irreparable damage to my feet right now. And I was like, oh, my feet are so sore. And then I started limping. I started limping about 4 to 5 days in. I just had to limp my way to every site that we went to. Yeah, I got plenty of exercise. I was telling myself like, I'm burning calories, you know, like this is fine. But then by the end of the trip, it was quite painful. Like every day that we would go out, I would be able to walk for like maybe an hour without any pain. But then the rest of the day, it was pretty excruciating. I'm not gonna lie. So by the end, when we were at the airport, I was limping. Like I was genuinely limping my way around. And my dad was like, girl, why are you limping? And I was like, bro, my feet are so sore. And he was like, oh, I see. And then I came back home. And like for context, we were in Japan. It was like 40 to 60 degrees. So I wore pants every day of the trip. I wore either jeans or no, I only wore jeans. Okay, so I wore jeans throughout the trip. And like I didn't really ever look at my ankles. I didn't really ever look at my legs, I guess. Like bare legs, cuz like I was wearing like pants that would cover like all the way up to my ankles during the whole trip. And like when I was showering at the end of the day, I was so tired that I would just like zone out in the shower. So like I guess like when I was naked, I also didn't really look at my legs that much. But when we came home, the first thing that I did was I took off my airport clothes because the airport is dirty as freak. So I took off my airport clothes and I changed into like a t-shirt and shorts in the house. And that was the first time that I looked at my ankles that whole time. Like I didn't look at my ankles for this whole damn trip, which is so strange. But it's extremely swollen. My ankles are like I basically don't have ankles right now. Like it goes from like foot to leg. There's no like difference of width. It's just foot and then calf. Like it is so swollen that like I was like kind of gagged when I saw my feet. And so I was like, holy shit, I think I pushed my body a little bit too much. And then I showed my dad. I was like, Dad, look. And he was like, whoa, that's big. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gaining my like foot abs. Yeah, hiking burns hella calories. Hell yeah. At least I could burn calories and see monkeys. But yeah, my feet are very swollen, guys. Like my ankles are just so wide and big right now, and like, ooh, it's so bad. I can only stand for like 30 minutes before it starts to hurt. Like last night, or like, okay, not last night. I came back home yesterday, and the first thing I did was like unpack, and then I put one load of laundry in, and then I took a shower. I was like dying in the shower. Like I was like, oh my god, my ankles. My ankles. I can't take this. So I'm just trying to stay off my feet for now, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to get back into exercising like right after the trip, but I think I should let my body rest. I think I should let my body rest, but the Japan trip did have a positive impact on me. Because I had such a hard time on that freaking hike, I was like, okay, I guess I gotta get back into my fitness. I guess I have to start like growing or like developing my leg muscles again. Because I did get a little bit like behind. Or like this year, I didn't exercise as much as I wanted to just because of like personal life things going on. So I was like, all right, when I get home, I'm gonna develop those leg muscles. Remember to not push yourself. You already pushed yourself on the vacay. Yeah, I definitely should give my body some time to rest. I probably won't exercise for at least a week and then see how my ankles are doing. Also, what kind of shoes did I use? I used On Cloud shoes. I don't know if you guys know that brand. It was On Cloud shoes that I used, which I think is pretty good shoes. They're like meant for walking. But I don't think any shoes could have saved me. I don't know if I was supposed to buy like Skechers or something. Like I don't know what like the best walking shoe is. I know a lot of people use like Asics or like Skechers for walking, but I had On Cloud. That was the brand that I used. But I really don't know that any shoe could have saved me. So I'll take a little break from exercise and like check on how my body is. But yeah, hopefully I can get into more fitness soon so that I can develop my leg muscles and maybe get back to hiking. Maybe I'll reach out to one of my friends that I was like, I don't really talk to him that much anymore. We were like really close in high school, but he's big on hiking. So maybe I'll like force him to go hiking with me or something. Yeah, time for protein shakes. Also, protein bar. If you guys have ever tried Built protein bars, that's like the best protein bar in my opinion. Usually I don't like protein bars, but the Built Puff ones, they're like basically like chocolate covered marshmallows. That shit is so fire. So if anyone's looking for like a protein snack, that one is really good. Metal Wolf Player, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Welcome back, Kiko. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that was mostly my trip. Was anything else cool? Oh yeah, I did some damage at the Pokemon Center as well. I'm really sad because they don't have any Steelix merch, which I think is actually kind of diabolical. I think that not having Steelix merch is kind of diabolical, especially because Legends ZA came out recently and Corbo has a Steelix. What the fuck is that about? I just thought about that. Why didn't they put Steelix merch out in Pokemon Center? I only bought like this one like Steelix keychain. That was like the only thing that I saw that was Steelix. Yeah, we need to bring some Steelix love. Come on. Once you've broken in and ideally have padding are the best for hiking. Many noobs fall into the trap of buying brand new shoes right before long treks and end up being insanely uncomfortable at best. Yeah, that sounds like me. Did someone say my name? Oh, there's in the new Pokemon, there's a guy named Corbeau. Corbeau, I think is how you spell his name. Ah, yeah. I actually already have the Steelix sitting cutie, but they didn't have it in store. I had it before that, but I was like looking to see if I could buy another one, and they didn't have him. So even in the sitting cutie section, they didn't have the Steelix one. Luckily, I have it already, but my sister wanted one too, and they didn't have it. They put me in the game. I'm suing. True, true, true. Get his ass. Get his ass. Oh, he doesn't use the Steelix? Okay, admittedly, I didn't play much ZA before I left. I didn't play much before I left, so I didn't even meet Corbeau yet. I'm like still like super baby. I don't even know. I'm like in the beginning of the game. But yeah, there's no Steelix merch, but it is really cool to see like what Pokemon is everyone's favorite. Like, when you see everyone in line at the Pokemon Center and they have their sitting cuties in their hand, it's like so cool because like there is this group of like these really pretty girls, and like one of them was holding Arbok. And then the other one was holding Scraggy, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, I just love to see like people's favorite Pokemon. Like, yeah, I'm gonna die for this Arbok sitting cutie right now. It was so awesome. But yeah, the Pokemon Center is freaking crazy. Like, when I was at the Pokemon Center, it was like every step that I took, I was knocking into someone else. And vice versa. Like, every time someone walked near me, they also were knocking into me. Like, it was packed in there. But I did get some stuff. I got some earrings. And what else did I get from Pokemon Center? Some blind boxes from Pokemon Center. What else? I got like Pikachu. Like, there was like this like limited Japan exclusive Pikachu keychain, so I also got that. But is it big? Honestly, no. Like, I believe I went to 3 Pokemon centers and 1 Pokemon cafe. They were not big. I think that there was one Pokemon center that I went to in Daimaru in Umeda in Osaka, and that one was pretty big, but overall, like, they weren't super large or anything. They're like pretty like small in comparison to like Nintendo. Like, Nintendo stores are quite large, but the Pokemon centers are smaller. I guess that makes sense because Pokemon is just one IP, but Nintendo has like multiple. But yeah, Pokemon Center is not as big as you would think it is. Ooh, Pidgey or Eevee? Well, there's a lot of Eevee. Pokemon loves Eevee, so you would get a lot of merch of Eevee. Unfortunately, I like a very well, not very. It's a pretty niche choice for a Pokemon, so we don't get no merch. Can't imagine being an employee working there and have to dodge out of the way of customers all the time. Yeah, I hope that the discount is awesome because yeah, it was crazy. Also, I went to like this tech department store called Yodobashi Camera. That store, I was literally telling my sister, I was like, how do they even keep track of their employees? Like, it's like so crazy in that building that I'm like, how do they even like keep like, I bet you could work here and like not do anything and your boss wouldn't even notice. Like, there's just so many people in here. It's like crazy. Like, every place that we went to was like really, really busy. Like, I don't know how I did it, but I'm like someone who doesn't really like big crowds, but I had to suck that shit up. I had to just deal with it in Japan because it was like we were always in a crowd. Like, it was like 24/7. Titanic, welcome in. Oh, you still need an Eevee or Pikachu for the deck you're building. Oh, is it a specific one? Also, I hope you're doing well. But yeah, also Crimson Ember. I don't think I said hi. Hi, hope you're doing well. But yeah, I think that was most of my trip. Obviously, I didn't really talk too much about like the temples and stuff. What else did we do? We went on a romantic train. I guess it was romantic. You could say that. What else? I saw the Glico man in Dotonbori, if you guys know. There's like an iconic Glico man on the wall. I went to Ichiran. If you guys don't know, there's a ramen place called Ichiran in Japan. It's basically like a no contact way of eating ramen. Like you don't have to talk to any of the servers. You basically order your ramen on like this like touchpad, and then it prints out a ticket. And then you sit in one of the booths in the restaurant and you just push your ticket like under this like in front of you on the table. They grab your ticket and then they deliver your ramen, and you don't talk to any of the employees. It's like a no talking ramen joint. You just eat your ramen and then you leave. But you can't like, it's like booth style. So like if you go in a big group, you guys technically might not sit next to each other. Like it's literally meant for like one person to come and eat ramen, and that's it. Is it a chain? It is a chain. So you can find them all over the place. Yeah. And they also have like dry ramen that you can make at home. Yeah. Who am I gonna go Karen on? No one. Oh, deck is mainly cute, starters, iconic, or any or all of the above. I see. What was romantic about the train? I think it was called Sagano Romantic Train. Maybe. Okay, yeah, it was Sagano Romantic Train. It's basically, it was an old train track that they used for public transport before. But then they ended up retiring the route. So now it's considered like a tourist attraction because it rides like parallel to like a gorge. I think that's what they're called. It runs parallel to a gorge. So you ride the train and then you can see all of like the foliage and then also the gorge with like the water near like the path of the train. So it's basically a sightseeing train. And it was nice. I mean, I guess you can consider it romantic. Sukya? Food was super fast, cheap, and healthy compared to other fast food. Oh, actually, talking about food, I unfortunately didn't have an appetite in Japan. I know. It's pretty unfortunate. I kind of talked about it before I left, but before I left for Japan, my appetite wasn't very good. And then I was hoping that it would come back for Japan. It didn't. So I didn't really have that much of an appetite. So I didn't eat a whole lot in Japan, which is really sad. But ironically, the best thing that I ate in Japan was Shake Shack. That was my favorite thing that I ate when I was there, was Shake Shack. Which is something that you don't have to go to Japan for. Also, Kentaro, welcome in. But that is not shade to Japan's food, okay? I didn't get to eat a lot of Japanese food because on our tour, it was just hard to find, like, go out and find something nice to eat. And the breakfast buffet was included with the trip. So what would happen was, like, we would eat the breakfast buffet at the hotel, and then, like, we would be full for like the whole day, and then by dinner time we just have to quickly find something to eat because we're so tired. So like I didn't really eat like anything crazy in Japan. Like I kind of just ate like chain food or like the breakfast buffet, which was like American styled anyways. But hear me out, like I only ate the buffet because it was like 4,500 yen per meal, like for the buffet pass. And it was included in our tour, meaning we had already paid for it. So I didn't want to waste the breakfast buffet because that's like $30 for breakfast. So like I didn't want to waste like a $30 breakfast. So I just ended up eating the buffet every day. The curry, yeah, I did eat a little bit of curry at one of the breakfast buffets and it was really good. But yeah, unfortunately I'll have to, well, not unfortunately, but I will have to go back to Japan to kind of eat more. But a little spoily, I actually am gonna go to Japan next year, I believe, I think. And I'm going with my mom and her boyfriend, and her boyfriend is a foodie. So I think that trip I'll end up just eating more than shopping. So that would be good. I kind of just tacked myself onto that trip, by the way. So I'm just interrupting their couple time. I'll just be interrupting their couple time by joining their trip. Jackie, have a good one. Thank you for being here. Okay, yeah, the Shake Shack was kind of fire though, guys. Like, I don't know. Dude, Shake Shack is kind of nice. Fly in the wall. Yeah, because like, I don't know how I'm going to do because I know that my mom's boyfriend snores a lot. So maybe I'll bring like earplugs or something. How's your Japanese, by the way? N4, N3? My Japanese is not very good, to be honest. Like, okay, so here was the dilemma that I had. So a lot of the times if I had questions for Japanese like employees, I would like know how to ask it, but I wouldn't ask it in Japanese, if that makes sense. Like, well, it probably doesn't. So let me explain. So I would know how to ask them specific questions, but I was worried about how they would reply. Cause like, I have very like basic Japanese knowledge. Like I know vocabulary and like basic sentence structure. So like I would be able to like ask them something pretty basic, but if they responded with something more complicated than I understood, I would just be wasting their time, right? So I like basically didn't speak Japanese at all like on the trip because I was just worried and nervous. So like even like when I would go to check out things at like the cashier, I would say hello when I walked up to them so that they would know that I was a foreigner. because of how I look, they think that I guess they thought that I wouldn't be a foreigner. So a lot of people in Japan spoke to me in Japanese. So I had to make it clear to them that I was a foreigner. So every time I would go to the register, I always say hello. And they would switch up real fast. Like first they would say something Japanese, I would say hello, and then they would switch it up back to English. But yeah, that was how it was. I did like understand some things that they were saying, but I was just too shy to like really get into the thick of it. But like an incredible amount of people like spoke to me in Japanese, and then like there was even another tourist. There was another tourist or like foreigner that it was in a store and they thought I worked there, so they started asking me questions, and then I was like, I don't work here. Like imagine like coming up to me thinking I'm like, well, I don't know if they thought I worked there, but they thought I was like a native. So then they were asking me questions and I was like, oh, I don't live here. Like imagine expecting me to speak Japanese and I'm like, oh, I don't know. You're not lagging, you're Kiko. You're so right about that, Ama. You're so right. Should have asked if anyone spoke English, and when they speak to you in English, speak Japanese. Yeah, that would really throw them off. Yeah, I'm keeping the cashier on their toes. But actually, because we were in like kind of like touristy areas or like the city area, basically every cashier knows like enough English to do checkout. So it was pretty nice. Like they basically like I only met like maybe one person that was like a store employee that didn't really know English, but you know, you can try your best. But I do want to learn more Japanese because, like, you know, I want to be able to also be able to speak Japanese while there and not just hope that they speak English. You know what I mean? I mean, it's their country. You know what I mean? So hopefully I'll study, or not hopefully, but I'll study more Japanese before I go next so that I can be more confident um, in my speaking ability. But yeah, that was my trip. I don't know if there's anything else, but I did record, like I said in the beginning, I did record some things from the trip that I might post in a video. I'm not sure if it'll be like a members video yet. It depends. I'm kind of nervous about posting an IRL video, so we'll see. Glad you had a good trip or else. Yeah, it was awesome. I will say that I realized I'm not much of a traveler. I'm not much of a traveler, so I will say that by the end of the trip, I really wanted to come home. No hate to Japan. Japan is a beautiful place. It was just like, there's a comfort in being in your own living space, you know what I'm saying? So like, I was like ready to come home. And honestly, on the first day that we got there, I was like, I want to go home. I'm so tired. But I ended up having a really good time. And I also have a newfound appreciation for home. Because I feel like sometimes being home feels pretty bleak, but now that I've left and come back, I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I love my home. Home meaning like my actual house, like my living space. I'm very grateful. But Japan was awesome. It's just that there is a comfort, like, you know, like a home sweet home vibe. I was done. Yeah, honestly, I was done because my feet were hurting so bad. So I will also want to be more physically strong the next time I go to Japan. Specifically in the legs. Specifically in the legs, I would like to have more muscle so that I'm not in as much pain the next time I go. Did you see any cats? I actually did. Well, actually, did I see any wild cats? No, okay. The only cats that I saw on the trip, was that the only cats? I think so. Was a cat cafe. A cat cafe and a pet store. And they were very cute. Swolco, yeah. Honestly, I think my butt is getting bigger also. Which is crazy. I did do some like butts. Okay, don't word it like that. I did some butt exercises before I left. So I think my butt is getting bigger, which is great. No. See, I realized that the wording was not right with that, so I changed it, okay? That's not what I meant to say. But yeah, that's awesome. So I just have to build up my leg muscles more, and then we'll be great. I'll be ready for Japan next time. Already ready for Japan next time. Also, the Japanese beds, or like at least the hotel beds, were so freaking hard. It was actually insane. They were so hard. I thought this was a professional stream. You've come to the wrong place. Yeah, but I want to be ripped. You know, I'm ready. You know, okay. Here's the thing. I'm confident that I can build up the muscle that I have lost over the years. Like, I'm confident in that. It's just that, like, there's like a mental hurdle. I feel like, you know, obviously there's like this physical thing of like exercising is hard and you have to push yourself to a certain degree to like build muscle, right? Protein up, whatever. But there's also this mental hurdle. Like, the physical hurdle is fine for me. I'll just power through, but the mental hurdle is for me. Was there muscle to lose? Yes. Yes. Oh, buddy, yes. I was in a lot better physical form like a few years ago, but now it's not that great. Muscle-wise, not that great. Yeah, the beds were really hard, but I guess it like helped my back. I don't know. But we're just gonna get back the abs and get back the leg muscles and everything's gonna be great, you know? Become as built as an early JoJo character. You know what? You're right. I agree. Obviously, like, I'm trying to find like a routine. Like when I was younger, I unfortunately did a lot of diets and like kind of like went harder than I should have in small periods of time. So as I'm older, I kind of want to find like a solid routine that doesn't push me too hard, you know? That's how I feel as I get wiser and older and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully I would like to take my fitness more. I've been telling myself this for like like this whole year basically, but I do want to get in more physical shape and I feel like I'm feeling really motivated, so I should probably act on it before it goes away. Before my motivation goes away, I need to act on it now. So once my body recovers from the trip fatigue, I will get back into it. Maybe we'll bring back the squats. We did say that we were gonna bring back the squats and then I didn't do it. Kiko's conversation. This is like, what is it called? Like a conversation pack? What is it called? Weather pack. Weather deck. My weather deck is PC upgrades, getting ripped, and poop. Yeah, even a simple walk is good for your health. Yo, when I was younger, I really slept on walking. Like, I never really understood how like impactful walking is. That now I like have a newfound appreciation. When I was younger, I really just wanted to do like high impact. Like I have to be feeling like I'm like gasping for air or nothing. Like I was just like all or nothing when I was younger. But walking, man, walking does a lot. Walking just like a very consistent amount of like steps a day, like enough steps a day does so much. I also used to sleep on yoga. I was like, what the hell does yoga do? Bro, that's what I need. I need yoga. Yeah, I definitely won't push myself beyond what my body can handle. I just learned from this trip what that does to me. And it's not great. I've been getting like, I don't know if anyone else would know what this is, but I've been getting like, let me explain. Do you guys know what I mean when I say like a lightning pain? Like sharp, I guess. A sharp pain. I describe it as lightning because it feels like when like a lightning bolt is like spreading in my body. But like I've been having this like sharp pain in my lower back that just comes out of nowhere, which is not great, but you know, I'm gonna rest. Yeah, yoga is fire. I really didn't understand yoga when I was younger of like what it actually does, but now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, yoga is for the strong people. Yeah, like a shock running through my muscles maybe. It's like my lower back area, like yeah, like lower back. It just like fucking like strikes me randomly and I'm like, ah. Like ah. A pinched nerve, you know, honestly, that a pinch, it sounds like that's what it feels like. I get that in my chest sometimes. Oh my god, I hate the ones in the chest. That one makes me feel so scared. TV static? Maybe not. It's like really sharp and quick. Like yesterday, I got it like while I was doing laundry and I couldn't move for like a couple of minutes. I was like, holy shit, this is painful. So I'm resting. Don't worry. Trust me when I say I will be resting. I promise you guys I will be because I can't take anything else. Yeah, America isn't really walkable for the most part. I like Japan because it was a very walkable place, obviously. And their train system is very good. Me and my sister took the train by ourselves. We were kind of intimidated, but it's like really easy. The train system is actually quite easy to manage if you just use Google Maps or like Apple Maps. It like tells you like the exact color and line number that you have to go on. So it was very simple to navigate. Yeah, if it gets really worrisome, I will definitely go to the doctor. Yeah, I'm very big on going to the doctor actually. So do not worry. Do not worry. Also, my family would just force me to go to the doctor anyways. Europe, Canada, and Asia. Oh, I didn't know Canada was very walkable. I don't really know too much about Canada, to be honest. But yeah, flight back was horrible. So I took the flight back from Japan, and it was quite possibly the worst flight that I've been on in my entire life. So basically, we took off, and I instantly felt nauseous. Like I felt nauseous like before we even got to max like altitude. But we got up, I was feeling sick, and for context, I didn't stop feeling nauseous until I was in my house. So for that entire flight, plus getting off the plane, doing like all of like baggage and whatever, I was feeling super nauseous. And then during the flight, I slept for most of it because I was quite tired. It was about like, it was late. I had not slept for like a while before that flight. And so like, I slept for most of the flight while also nauseous. And then I woke up multiple times during the flight because the turbulence was so bad. Like it was like the whole, like I would open my eyes and like the whole plane was shaking. Like it was like, I thought that we were gonna crash. Like genuinely, I'm like not even kidding. I thought we would crash. Like I was starting to get scared. It was like it was the worst turbulence I've ever experienced on a plane. It was like my whole vision was shaking. The whole plane was shaking. And it felt like we were like dipping and coming back up. And I was like, oh my God. And the first thought that I thought of was like, I need to get back home to my cat. I was like, I need to get back home to my cat. We cannot crash right now because my cat is sad at home. Yeah. So, yeah. You sure you weren't just dying from the sore feet that it looked like the whole plane was shaking? No, because the reason why I woke up was because they PA'd that all of the flight attendants have to sit and everyone needs to buckle their seatbelts because the turbulence is going to be really bad. And bestie, it was bad. Yeah, the turbulence plus the nausea. It was crazy. And I forced myself to eat on the plane too because I was like, maybe I feel nauseous because I also have an empty stomach. Like, I don't know. So I did force myself to eat on the plane as well. So no, literally, I really did. It really felt like I was on a roller coaster. That is what the plane felt like. Like we were like dipping and like going back. I was like, holy shit, this is like a roller coaster. And I started to think of it like that because then it made it a little easier. It made me stress out less if I thought of it as like a little fun ride that I'm going on right now. But other than that, yeah. And then the landing was not very good either. Like we just like slammed on the floor. Like it was not the best flight, but I'm back home, so that's what matters. I got to reunite with my cat, which was really awesome. Of course he's a cat, so it's not like he's like jumping up on me like a dog would, but I know that from his body language, he was very happy for us to be home, so that was nice. Yeah, you have fun with the turbulence. You know what? I love that for you. I love that. How long was the flight? The flight was pretty long. Like, I'm in Japan, right? But, you know, I stomached it as much as I could. If you land on the wheels and not the belly of the plane, it was a good landing. I like that thinking. I had such a horrible flight a few months ago. Now I dread flying. That's what happened to my sister too. Because me and my sister also get like popped ears. You know, with the change of the elevation. Our ears start to hurt really bad too. So that also happened on that flight. So I was nauseous. There was bad turbulence. And then on the landing, my ears were hurting so bad. True, any landing that you survive is pretty good. But yeah, I'm happy to be home. I'm very, very happy to be home. I had a really good time in Japan, but I was very tired. So I'm gonna take it easy for like the next couple of weeks to kind of recuperate my body. If you guys saw my post about my trip, we are gonna play Dispatch soon because I know there was a few people who requested it. But I also just kind of want to play Dispatch just from like stuff that I've seen about it. So I think that would be pretty chill considering it's like fully voice acted, I'm pretty sure. So we'll have a chill return back from my trip. For my throat. Oh, I did get to rest my throat from this trip too, since I didn't stream during that time, and I also couldn't sing Plave. So I did rest my throat. I wasn't about to start belting Plave like in the hotel. Although I have noticed that it has some like stress relieving ability for me with these songs. When I was packing in Japan, like packing up my suitcase before we left, I was like telling my sister, I was like, I'm gonna play Plave, okay? Because I'm going to go insane if I don't. And she was like, okay. I was like, thanks. And it helped a lot. Oh, you're gonna play it with a friend for the first time? No, that's awesome. Of course, of course. I totally understand. I think that would be a really fun time for you and your friend. Patrick, hi. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I'm really excited for Dispatch. I know that there are some love interests in Dispatch. I don't really know anything about them, but I do have one of them that I want to romance, but we'll see. Maybe if I get more context of the game, because I actually don't know what happens in Dispatch, to be honest. Maybe if I get more context of what happens in the game, I'll change my mind. But for right now, there's one of them that I like. But I don't actually know what happens in Dispatch. So like for context, I know a little bit of chapter 1, and that's about it. I don't even know how many chapters there are, but I did watch chapter 1. So that's the most that I know about the game. Welcome back for your trip. Thank you, thank you. Oh my darling, oh my wife. Me when I look at the person I'm thinking of from Dispatch. But we'll see, we'll see. Also, welcome in. But yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say. I'm sure I'm missing something because so much happened during this trip. I'm sure. But if I think of anything else, I'll either tell you or make a video. How many eps are we doing per stream? Every episode can range from 40 minutes, I think. Okay, wait. How many chapters are there? I think it also depends on the chapters. If it's voice critical, he's not romanceable. You know, it wasn't voice critical. But you know, that is unfortunate. I wonder how nice or how mean Kiko will play Dispatch. I'm gonna play it from my heart. So whatever I feel like is right, I will choose that option. I don't know if that means I'll be diabolical or I'll be nice. I think I'll probably lean on the nicer side, but it depends. If someone pisses me off, we'll see. They truly missed an opportunity there. Isn't he like a bat or something? Not that that's like bad or anything. Well, some people might think that's weird, but I don't, so. I know that there's this like demon lady that everyone was wishing that they were romanceable or something. I don't know if they were a demon actually. I don't actually know. But there was one person that everyone was disappointed that they weren't romanceable. Or do another stream, true. I'll have to review footage of what I took from Japan and also have my sister review it because, yeah, it's all IRL stuff. It will take a long time to edit it. Well, not time. Maybe, well, time and effort, I guess. Because I'm hoping to blur out everyone's faces in the videos. So that will take some time. I don't want anyone's face to be captured in the videos. Like, even if they're just like random people on the street. So I will take the time to blur every single person's face. Just because I don't feel comfy like putting up someone else's face on the internet, you know? Oh, the moist critical one is the only one you know. I see. But yeah, that whenever that comes out, I'll of course let you guys know. But otherwise, I think that so tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I did not realize that. I totally got like my time thrown off when I was in Japan, so I completely forgot that Thanksgiving was coming up. So it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. I was gonna do a membership stream tomorrow, but I'm no longer gonna do it because it's freaking Thanksgiving. So let me see the schedule that I'm working with. Ah, that's difficult. Okay, so for members, I did put out a poll on the membership, like a membership poll. So please check it out of whether I should stream on Friday for membership or next week Thursday. So be sure to vote for that. But yeah, I think that if I don't do that, there won't be a public stream on Friday, but we will start Dispatch next week Monday. I think that's the plan. Yes, yes, yes. So Dispatch on Monday. Let me see actually. How many chapters does Dispatch have? Dispatch has 8 chapters. Okay, so maybe we'll do like 4 chapters a day, maybe? I don't know how long that's gonna take actually. 3 chapters a day? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll play it by ear, I think. But yeah, I think I will end stream now because I'm getting stuffy. Oh, the last chapter is an hour plus. Ooh. Okay. Maybe we'll do 3 chapters a stream, so it'll take about 3 streams to finish Dispatch. How about that? Yeah. But anyways, I will end now because my throat and my nose is stuffy. My throat is sore and my nose is stuffy. So I think that I'll end now. It's nice to be back. Thank you for hanging out today, guys. I miss streaming. I miss streaming a lot, so I'm happy to be back. And I'll see you guys next week. If not members on Friday, then I'll see everybody on Monday next week for Dispatch. But yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you live. I want to thank everyone in chat as well as everyone here lurking. I appreciate everyone and also appreciate everyone who watches the VOD. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have, if you guys celebrate it, I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you don't, I think that other country, there's like Black Friday all over, so maybe go buy yourself something nice on Black Friday. I don't know how many of us shop. Oh, maybe I can buy a graphics card. Wait, can I buy my graphics card for Black Friday? Wait, what graphics card did I want? I don't remember already. It was an AMD one. That's the brand, right? AMD? Oh, I should look at that. I should look at that. I should check. I don't remember what graphics card it was though. I have to buy a new power bank, or not power bank. What are they called? PSU. Holy shit. I could not think. I need to buy a new PSU too. Black Friday in this economy. I need Black Friday because it gives me a discount on things that I need anyways. I need this. Yeah, the power supply unit. Thanks for stream. Remember to not push yourself to properly rest. I will. Thanks for stream. I'm so sorry, legit. Haven't even been home to see it. The traffic is bumper to bumper for miles. Oh my god, bestie. It's time to like blast your favorite album or something. Oh, Black Friday in BR is fake news. We got it, but not really. It's more of a marketing thingy. Ah, I see. You know, my sister got a discount on her Game Boy Micro in Japan because they're like already experiencing Black Friday. She saved like 5,000 yen on it, which is crazy. But, you know, shout out to the hopefully good Black Friday deals. Been struggling to save lately. I see. Yeah. Things have been crazy for sure. But yeah, I will see you guys all on Monday and possibly Friday for membership stream. So I hope everyone has a good one. Thank you for hanging out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye Chris Bear, bye Augusto, bye Jean, bye Owen, bye Masato, bye Shindago, bye Sleepy, bye Catnip. Oh my god, my back. My back. Bye Sleepy. Bye Hell. Bye. I don't know how to say this name properly. Aleph Pycol. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. Patrick, thank you for being here. That Archivist, thank you for being here. Okay, I hope everyone has a good one. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving for those who celebrate. If not, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna go. Oh my god, my back. My back. For those who don't know, I always say something that I'm grateful for at the end of stream. Today, I already thought about what I was grateful for, so I'm prepared. Today I'm grateful for being able to find something that I'm very passionate about. So, I was like thinking about this in Japan, but I was like, you know, like I'm going crazy with like this plave stuff and like the kanae, kuzuha, kuronoa stuff. But I'm literally like, there's something so beautiful about like being really happy about something, you know, like really liking something enough to like get really excited about it, you know? So I'm very grateful. I think that sometimes those types of things are hard to find. But I'm glad that I have those things, you know, in my life. I think it's really cool to like something a lot. Also, I forgot to say, but I did buy Apothecary Diary stuff too. But that is a given. That's a given. You know, honestly, I didn't see Apothecary Diaries that much anywhere. Like even like at anime, it was like not that extensive. Like I don't know what happened. I guess like the creators or like the team behind Apothecary Diaries just didn't make a crazy amount of merch because it was kind of, I only found it in one store and I did buy it, but you know. Wait, my nose is so stuffy. But yeah, I'm very grateful for that. Grateful to be happy and excited about stuff because I was very excited when I found stuff that I needed or like not needed but wanted in Japan. Also make sure to tell your loved ones that you love them. You never know who needs to hear it, so go spread some positivity today. And I'll see you guys either Friday or Monday. Yeah, having something you're into is super nice. Super nice. So I encourage you all to experience media and find something you're really into. I hope everyone has a good one. I'm gonna go and rest now because my back be hurting. I always tell my dog I love him. That's cute. Yeah, that's good. The doggo always needs to hear the love. I always tell my cat I love him, but I don't think he cares. I don't think he gives a fuck. I don't think he gaffs, you know? But I do love him. Okay, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out today. Bye-bye. Oh, gee. Okay, wait. I forgot to tell you guys. When we went to the mall, there was a cat cafe, and my aunt was like, "Oh, are you gonna go to the cat cafe?" And I was like, "Why am I gonna go to the cat cafe when everything is worse than my cat?" I'm like a delusional cat owner. I'm like, why would I go to a cafe if every cat in that cafe is like canonically worse than my cat? Like, why would I do that? And then if I went to the cat cafe, it was like the day that we were flying back. So then if I went into the cat cafe, I would smell like cat, and then I'd come home to my cat. And it's like that one picture of like, welcome home, cheater. Like that's how my cat would be if I did that. So like I can't go to the cat cafe because I don't want him to think that I was cheating on him with other cats. Okay, have a good one. Bye.